Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
Well, you know what we like to do here, V. Why don't we get into it? Woo! It's that time to talk about Bachelor stuff on our show! Ha ha ha! Yes, this is the show that provides all the Bachelor drama you've been missing in the off season, but the off season is coming to a close. Almost over. But before we get talking about Bachelor or Bachelorette or Bachelor Nation and all the Bachelor stuff we do, YouTube.
Bachelor one more time.
Bachelor. YouTube, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelor content just like this. Wait, and if you just did, huge shout out to you. Ooh-wee! Air horns for you. Yes. Now that we got that out of the way, V, what do we got going on in Bachelor Nation this week?
Well, for the third week in a row, we're going to start with a Michelle and Nayte update.
Okay.
Michelle went on Ashley I and Ben Higgins' podcast this past week, Almost Famous, and answered some of the burning questions that we've been asking. We, as a general collective, we as a podcast. Mm-hmm. So, was she blindsided by her and Nayte splitting up? She didn't really get into details about it.
Okay.
She did say that
there was like hesitation in her voice, like you
could tell she was given the PR answer first. Ooh. She was all like, you never know like what's too much to say, what this is, blah 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 blah, like all that kind of stuff. And then she just said like it's just not something I foresaw, and I'll leave it there. Which I mean, like that's a pretty canned answer. Like I don't think anybody really like foresees them breaking up, but it sounds
Reading between the lines, it sounds like Nayte just wasn't feeling it anymore and he broke up with
It sounds like Nayte maybe wasn't going to put in the effort and stuff that she was expecting or wanting or whatever, and she's like, well, let's hear where we're gone, I guess. And he was like,
yeah, I mean, this goes back into why you shouldn't just pick like the first, like if you're gonna go on that show and you're such a respectable person, like you should really set the foundations and look for someone that you truly believe is gonna be your forever person if you're going on there to get married. Because
right, which I know Michelle was
going on there to get married, but at the end of the day, we talked about last week, we probably talked about it at the end of the season and all that stuff last year, like I just think she had a crush on him, like heavy, and that kind of took over, kind of blinded her from probably like, finding someone that would be more, down to be official for the long haul. But what else did we get out of this interview?
Also, so, we were wondering about that money that they were gifted, the down payment for the house.
Cash money.
The monies. Mm-hmm. And she didn't say explicitly, what is going, but it sounds like she gets to keep it because she's saying that she's trying to figure out how she wants to use her part. So I'm guessing he gets to get half of it and she gets her other half, and she's wanting to use it to either like start an organization or go towards, these different causes that she's
even when she was talking about it, I still felt weird about how she answered it. Did you get a feeling of like, wait, she like maybe like 10,000 or 25,000 might go towards something, or maybe that goes to it first, then they split it, but like it's almost like weird that they get just some prize money for that one season, because she said it was gifted to us. So that means they don't have to give it back, right? Unless they sign.
Seemingly, well, because that's why I was always we were all wondering about it, because we know the rules when it comes to the rings. With the whole part of the contract, because technically, those Neil Lane rings are gifted to them, but if they don't make it to a year, then they have to give them back. So if they had made it a year, they could have kept those rings. I know people like do stuff with them, you could then pawn them, do whatever.
Right.
But I'm guessing this just follows different stipulations, but I'm guessing also taxes and things play into how much of that money they actually see.
Yeah.
And then, what that split looks like. I would hope she would get more of it.
I wonder
don't
if
know.
they knew like the stipulations and Nayte just stuck around for a little while to get that
Trying
money.
to be like, let me get some of that cashola.
Oh man, this is kind of, and that I can maybe see that
That would be
happening.
dirty. Like that would be dirt. I would hope that's not the whole case.
I don't know. Just like the sound of her voice just sounded like it just felt like
she felt like she was struggling in that whole podcast.
Yeah.
I could tell she's still going through it.
Well, because
so that makes
she just probably feels dumb. Like, you know, it's just
Right.
like, and no offense to her. Like, it's not like, maybe she doesn't.
I feel like she seems like she probably tried hard to make things work.
Yeah.
And I think she's, I know like I'm that kind of person too when it comes to relationships. So I'm sure she feels like some kind of way that it didn't work out and it's so public and, you know,
Right.
especially because she was very vulnerable on the show about how she didn't want this to go poorly.
Yeah.
So
Well, check it out. That was on the Ashley I Ben Higgins podcast. What is that podcast called?
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. Okay. Well, what else we got in Bachelor Nation?
So finally, Balockaye, Blake Horseman, and Gianina from Love is Blind, Gianina Jubelli, have become Instagram official.
Round of applause, everybody. We are Instagram
we've been
official. We made it. I think it's cute. I think it's cute, you know. But it's you know, more than I was gonna see they are promoting some new show. What is this show?
They're on this new show called All Star Shore on Paramount Plus, and it includes a bunch of different reality TV stars, and it seems like it's some sort of like competition-based show. I don't think it's a love-based show. I think it's a competition-based show.
So this sounds like a mix. This is another MTV off the family of the shores, like the Jersey Shore and, you know, all your shores. Now this one is bringing celebrities into it. What are they competing for?
I'm guessing money.
Okay. Well,
I'm guessing money and fame.
So this is where they met, on this show, or
they met on this show. So I'm guessing this was shot because they've been together for a while. I'm guessing this was shot like months ago.
And so they probably had to be secret until the show was done filming.
Right. And now it just came out on Paramount Plus this past week. So I think that's kind of, I think that was kind of the whole idea.
Ooh, it's something I'm going to watch tonight. I should have watched it.
Paramount Plus, blah, blah, blah. So let's see. It's not, why am I not getting the information?
You know, they had these cutie posts.
Oh, it's like party games.
Oh, okay. Like beer pong?
I think so.
And flip cup?
They have a bunch of different reality stars. So like they have contestants will battle it out across various party style challenges like party pong and shots and found. Those who succeed could win a cash prize on top of global bragging rights.
Wow.
Because it has people from Jersey Shore, Bachelorette, Love Island, Love is Blind, different things. It even seems like I think they've got somebody from RuPaul's Drag Race, a whole bunch.
So everybody's represented here.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, hotties in bathing suits playing games.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, they both put out, like, you know, their carousel pictures, galleries of them being all cute with each other. And did you notice Gigi's ex post, like, the next day?
Damien?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. What did he post?
It was cringe. Like, he was, like, at some party. Like, you know it's bad when, like, after a post like that, you're, like, living my best life.
Okay, yeah. If you were living your best life, you wouldn't have to post about it, Damien.
Oh, damn. You right. I'm going to give him a sad trombone.
Fatality.
Hate to see it, but like...
I mean, you don't wish, you know, sadness on anyone, but
No,
I mean,
of course not.
He
but
might. It just, she leveled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Blake is.
I mean, this
up
is
there.
a redemption arc for both. They are both like hitting the high notes of the redemption arcs. That's all I can say.
I feel you. Love to see it. Cool. Good for them. I would hope to, like, maybe get them on the podcast one day. That
would be dope. I mean, yeah, Gianina is lived here. I don't think she does anymore.
She doesn't live in Atlanta anymore?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to check.
Okay. What else we got?
So Demi Burnett, who was on Colton's season and then also was on 2 seasons of Bachelor in Paradise, recently posted about being 11 months sober.
I'm going to give her a round of applause.
Yeah.
For someone who's in the sober game now as well.
Yes, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
She's come out a lot with like learning different things about being on the autism spectrum disorder. She's I feel like is starting to be on, speaking of redemption arcs, I feel like she's really like growing and evolving as a post being on the show and being able to like learn more about herself, because you could tell like there was definitely times on, especially on I think the last Bachelor in Paradise season that she was on, where you could tell like homegirl was really going through it, and that she was like acting out to be all like, this is what I got. Like, I mean, her mom's in prison. She's finding out all these things. She was engaged. Like, I just think I got to give it to her for figuring out what's going to work for her. And she was talking about like in her post that she used to like drink like a bottle of Tito's a day, like, because that was like the only way she could think of like functioning. Like, that was like her personality. Yeah. So proud of her for being able to figure out, how to be her without, that.
Yeah, I would like to know more about it. Like, how has her social life changed, doing these type of things? That's always like something that I'm interested in, because I feel like my social life has changed since not drinking anymore. It's like you don't really do the same things that you used to do that were like you do all the time. So good for her. Congratulations, and to many more. And anything else to bring us out of Bachelor Nation?
Yes, so Bachelorette alum Chase McNary, he was on JoJo Fletcher's season.
Mm-hmm.
I think he also was on a season or two of, I think he was on Bachelor in Paradise. He might have been on Bachelor Pad when that was maybe still a thing. I don't know. Or something like that. Maybe
Bachelor Winter Games? I don't know. But
something. But whatever.
He was like in running to be a Bachelor at one point, right?
He was in running to be, and he was like kind of one of the top contestants on JoJo's season. Yeah. He got engaged to Ellie White, I believe her name is. She is some sort of designer. And, good for him. Got a lot of congratulations. He's still pretty well-liked, well-known, well-connected in the Bachelor Nation community. He seems to be like a pretty nice, normal-ish dude for, being on a reality TV show. Right. So congrats to them.
Cool. Congratulations. Yes. Are we? We're anticipating, less than a week from Bachelorette.
I know
premiere.
This is the last episode that we won't be, recapping an episode of Bachelorette for the foreseeable future.
I mean, I'm sure we'll still talk about Bachelor drama, but I don't know. Like, I almost forgot like what we do when the show's on. It's been so long.
Well, I don't, so don't worry.
That's why we got you, for the memory. All right, guys. Well, leave us in the comments. What do you think about Balockaye and Gigi getting together officially on IG? What do you think about what should happen with the money with Michelle? I need to know in the comments what you guys want to do with that money.
And preferably, maybe make these comments when you're not in a moving vehicle driving it.
Or if you are good at it, tell me in the comments that you're good at doing it. I just would like to know. You know what I'm saying? Are you sober? Let us know in the comments below. All right, dude.
Future Bachelor Podcast.